Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the match of the year, Asuka versus Mickie James. And I know a lot of people are going to say, what? Are you nuts? There is no way this is the best match of the year. Yes, it is. If you're going to compare it to Hell in a Cell, of course Hell in a Cell is going to win out because that was a signature pay-per-view, and not in the respects that it was like Survivor Series. It was Hell in a Cell, and you put two women in a Hell in a Cell that has been notoriously only for men. First time was ever done. But it's a gimmick match. They didn't really try to wrestle one another. That's why I'm leaving it out of the equation completely. When you look at the matches that have been held both on SmackDown and Raw, when you got Becky Lynch going up against Charlotte, Sasha Banks going up against Charlotte, Sasha and Becky going up against Dana Brooks, you got several other women going against Alicia Fox going against Nia Jax, when you got Asuka going against Nia Jax, going against Bayley going up against Charlotte, none of them come close to this match. You got two women in Asuka and Mickie James who have been on the independent scene for many years and who are extremely polished. When you look at this match, hold for hold, this was a grapple wrestling match. There was barely any hair pulling. There was very few high flying at all. This was mat-based wrestling at its best. Something we don't normally get from women at this level. One of the things I measured the Hell in a Cell match against was Mickie James versus Tara, which was Victoria in United States, in WWE. That match in 2011 is the benchmark I measured Hell in a Cell in. And it easily was comparable to it and was a bit superior to it. Not because the people who were in Hell in a Cell were better than Mickie James and Tara. It was because it had more time. It just did. And it had a bigger crowd that actually made it better. Comparable, they are. Both matches were perfectly the same. And the same woman who did the 2011 steel cage match with Tara was in the ring with the champ from NXT in an Asuka. You got two women who know 100% grapple wrestling, and it shows. There was barely any high flying in this situation. You had some roughness, yes, but they tried to truly out wrestle each other. This is something you don't see in wrestling in a caliber of a TNA or a WWE normally. And I'm not taking anything away from Charlotte. I'm not taking anything away from Becky Lynch. I'm not taking anything away from Bayley. I'm not taking away from Sasha Banks. I'm not taking anything away from these four women. Please get my point here. But these are women that have only been in the business maybe about 6 or 7 years. And Asuka and Mickie James have been there for at least a decade. Or nearly a decade. Asuka, I think she's been in there for at least a decade as a wrestler. And we know Mickie James has been around well before 2006. She's been around since 2004. At least easily 2004. So she has been in the business for quite a while. And there is no way on this green earth you can tell me that their match they had a takeover Toronto was better than any match throughout this entire year. In fact, it could actually outshine the match of 2015 easily. It really is that strong. Throughout even all of the other pay-per-views throughout the year, this was the best match I've seen and could have easily closed TakeOver. Hell, this match is so good. It could have easily closed a standard pay-per-view on a regular roster I'm just shocked that this happened on TakeOver. That this could have been on a standard pay-per-view for Raw SmackDown. That's how good it could have been. And if they allowed to close it, they would bring the house down either to SmackDown or Raw. That's how good it was. For each move, there was a counter move. This was literally trying to outthink one another. These are two ring female generals. Well, same female generals. They're both ring generals. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. I'm sorry for messing that up a little bit. The one thing I felt was very well done when they were outside the ring and Asuka went and did a German suplex onto the mat for Mickie James. That was well done. I really truly believe that. The parts of both of them letting each other back into the ring. Well, of course, Asuka screwed over Mickie James trying to get into the ring when she got thrown out, was done as well. This was very well crafted. It had an attitude to it. You can honestly see these women basically know each other even though they never stated it. As I said, they both had to work on the independent scene towards each other. Sooner or later, they had met one another in wrestling outside the WWE and TNA. I know they have. And this shows. They knew each other well enough to make this one of the best matches I've seen in quite a while. And in the end, Asuka wins it. You have one question though. What happens now? Asuka has been on such a winning streak. No one is going to take away that title. Unless it's going to be like an Amber Moon who is from Reality of Wrestling that I do reviews on. Asuka's going to stay the champ for quite a while. My question to you is this. Do you believe Asuka is going to drop the title next year or this year? My feeling is this. Asuka next year is going to go to one of the rosters. My feeling is because she's so dominant, they're going to throw her onto Raw. To be honest, it would be better if she went to SmackDown. Mickie James goes to Raw. Because after you see this match, it is obvious Mickie James should go to Raw. She should. And Asuka should go to SmackDown. Let Asuka go on a roster that needs someone different. Someone that will outperform and wrestle everyone there. Because right now, SmackDown does not have the talent it really needs. It doesn't. Now, of course, you can interchange either one. Mickie James can go to SmackDown or Mickie James can go to Raw. Mickie James... Oh, sorry. I'm botching because... honestly, I just do not think they're going to send Asuka to SmackDown. I truly believe Asuka should go to SmackDown, not go to Raw. But I do believe they're going to send her there. But this is just my point of view, how well this show went. And if you didn't see any stills during my explanation of this, it'll be a travesty. I know I'll be putting stills in this. But you guys tell me how you felt about the match. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.